there is a particular ban on the country and you are making efforts to even entertain the discussion, that it does not affect your FIFA ranking, it does not help you prepare for Rwanda, which is your next competitive qualification match. Because I don't know, the only team between Rwanda and Russia is that they start with R. Like the style of play, the weather in Russia, like they are all, like everything is totally different. But the greed.
The Super Eagles of Nigeria will be taking on Russia in a friendly match coming up in the summer. And this has caused a lot of controversy because, I mean, it's Russia with, the bans from FIFA and other worldwide bodies. But what exactly are the NFF hoping to achieve with this matchup? Well, this is Crossfire, brought to you by Live Scorebet. I am Anushilowo, Jimmy Anushilowo. And Tunde and Tosin are here with me to discuss the possible ramifications and the expectations of this matchup between Nigeria and Russia. So, today, what do you think the NFF are hoping to achieve with this controversial match?
I don't know. I can't speak for the NFF. I don't work in the NFF. Even the parents that they pay to speak for the NFF, it doesn't do it. So who am I with my small salary to come and speak on their behalf? What I can't say is, I can probably see where the thinking is, trying to organize as many high-profile warm-up games for the Super Eagles as possible in the summer, ahead of the Africa Cup of Nations, which is still, happening. I think at the end of the year, if I'm not mistaken. So like every window you can get to organize high quality games is should be welcome. We already have the Unity Cup where we are going to play Ghana and then either one of Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica. Still not. I mean, Ghana is Ghana, and then any of those two teams as well. So like, still not like the high-profile games that you would expect.
They need challenge.
So you need challenges, and as if we don't have enough challenges as Nigerians. So, but the controversy of the Russia fixture, of course, is quite political, and I don't want to, speak on because I'm not a political commentator. But what I can say is that, at some point, Russia are going to play football again. It's not like they will just never play. They have a national team. They have a functional national team. The only thing that I have issue is that why is the game happening in Russia? But again, I understand that probably other countries are not open to hosting the Russian national football team. So it's a dicey diplomatic situation. But as a wise man once said, we have bilateral relationships. So maybe we're adding Russia to our collection of bilateral relationships. And I don't know how that will work out. Again, I'm not speaking on the politics. But from a football side, Russia have a strong team. But let me not say that strong. You have good players. We've not seen that team together, especially in a major tournament since the 2018 World Cup. I think that's the last time. Did they play Euro 2020? No, they did not. They played at 2018 World Cup when they hosted. So, like, it's been a while. I don't know how this helps us beyond maybe FIFA ranking. I don't even know if FIFA will rank us for beating Russia because Russia are not a FIFA's good books at the moment. So it's a dicey situation, but still, any chance you can get to see the Super Eagles of Nigeria, play high quality football in a safe environment has to be said. But then again, if you play in Nigeria, you can play in Russia. You can, like, all this thing I was saying, we are just okay, yes, they are at war, no doubt about that. But you are not at war. Which one would you rather go? Give me the offer of Russia, Baduguri. Which one would you rather travel to? I mean, let us be honest ourselves. People as well, they still have lights. We wait on day one. So
Let me get with you shoot this one.
You did not need to say that. You did not. So like that's where we are. That's again, I recognize that it's a tricky diplomatic situation. But I want to see what happens first. So I'm just going to reserve the rest of my comments.
All right. So, Tosin, what do you think the NFF are hoping to achieve with this match?
You see, there are three layers to this.
God.
There are three layers to this. There is the football aspect. there's the political aspect.
Okay.
And the third aspect I will explain in the. But let me talk about the first aspect.
He don't get third aspect. This guy is a fraud. He's a fraud.
The second segment comes with different questions
It was-
that we will focus on.
He was just hoping that the third aspect will come to him as he was talking. But as he don't come, he can't say we will talk about it. If you don't, if you don't mention three aspects yesterday, you will say, go ahead.
You know what? I'm going to focus on two aspects. I'm going to, because like you guys don't deserve me. You guys don't deserve me.
Tell us that third aspect.
He's a
don't
fraud.
deserve
Tell us that
He's
third
a
aspect.
fraud.
You don't deserve this knowledge.
He's a fraud. We agree. Yes.
You don't deserve this
Yeah,
knowledge.
we agree. These are two
The
aspects.
football aspect is that we need to fight for the soul of football in Nigeria. You see,
Okay.
one of the reasons why I said that Nigeria will not qualify for the 2026 World Cup, when I said it in 2023, this 2025, so I said it like, we are going to, in October, it's going to be 2 years. I said 2 years ago, before the whole qualification series started, was because of football administration in Nigeria. We have a problem whereby the soul of football in Nigeria is about greed, incompetence, and basically money. Basically, there's no, like, grassroots system is dead. Local league, the excitement is gone. It's actually non-existent, to be honest. Progression from the youth teams to the senior team, when last did that one happen? Like, football is the same thing that happened in almost every sphere of individual sports in this country. Nigeria used to be good at boxing. Where are we today? Nigeria used to be good at table tennis. Where are we today? Like and the only thing that has been like, okay, football. But now we have gotten to that stage in football, whereby when you miss back-to-back World Cups, you know. And the symptom is the greed. Because if a country is banned by FIFA, not banned for circumstances like, okay, your president wants to interfere in the administration of football. That's a different, like, that's African problem wahala. Like, that's third world wahala. You understand? That's a certain aspect of, okay, FIFA ban. If there is a particular ban on a country and you are making efforts to even entertain the discussion that it does not affect your FIFA ranking, it does not help you prepare for Rwanda, which is your next competitive qualification match. Because I don't know, the only thing between Rwanda and Russia is that they start with R. Like, the style of play, the weather in Russia, like, they are all, like, everything is totally different. But the greed and also the political aspect, it's all about the people who are the table shakers, making sure that their stomachs become fatter. And obviously,
Are you implying that Russia are paying us to play this game?
and obviously, it has a little bit to do with the propaganda of the politics and football merging. Obviously, the 2020, now that World Cup is not going to happen, the focus is now on the 2027 general elections in Nigeria. You don't know it now, but you will know it in the coming months. Me, I always foretell things that are going to happen. And it's all linked. It's all encompassing. Let the main thing be the main thing. Like, it's just so disappointing as a country that we will put ourselves a money tag, because that's basically that we are available for service at the right amount of strategic partnership or money. That's just what it is. That's basically what this all comes down to, because it has no implication, advantage to whatever we are trying to accomplish in the international window, which is when we play the next FIFA World Cup qualifier. It has no implication on what we are trying to do in terms of team building and obviously the Africa Cup of Nations. And that's just the simple truth.
So you will not tell us the third aspect.
I'll tell you the third aspect if you beg me.
I mean, hold your third aspect. Tunde, earlier on you mentioned the Super Eagles Unity Cup. What are your expectations for that?
Super Eagles participating in the Unity Cup is, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not interested in the Unity Cup. I have to watch it because it's kind of my job and it's the Super Eagles. We should beat Ghana. We should. Right? But then again, we tend to always beat Ghana when it doesn't matter. It's only when we need to beat them that we don't. So I think we will beat Ghana. And either one of Trinidad, Tobago or Jamaica, I think we will beat. Trinidad and Tobago in particular, I think we will definitely beat. Jamaica might be trickier because they actually have good players. You know, they are sort of like the Nigeria of the West Indies, where we get England's leftovers. Players that are not good enough to play for England or that have legal trouble. Just come and play. We always target the ones that alpha. You don't say this case to go feel like you play for England. But on a serious note, it's hard to be even serious about the Unity because I don't care. I want to talk about this Russian thing. Atosi was implying that the NFF are collecting money from Russia to play this friendly. Tosi, do you know something that we don't?
Did I say they are?
Yeah, like you were saying, the only reason we are playing this game is because of
greed,
and money. So that implies that, which will not be far-fetched because it's Nigeria. Also, another thing is I don't imagine that there are lots of countries lining up to play against Russia in the first place. That's probably why Nigeria and we were just be our brain. Nothing concerns us. Nothing. When you want to play Tajikistan, we will be there. When I go shopping, don't be on the paper stage of Jai. That's all that concerns NFF. When you want to play Airfire, say, are we the one paying for the logistics? No, okay. I will be there 5 p.m. prompt. But I don't know, like it is what it is. I'm not. Unfortunately, I have to say one thing. And you will not hear me say these words often. But Tosin was right about one thing in his entire life. Just one thing. This one thing.
That's new.
This one thing is that these games don't. If you are preparing for World Cup qualifiers in September, I think.
Yeah.
September, and you are preparing for the AFCON in December. Those are crucial matches in the final quarter of the year. Do you really need to be playing? Do you really need to be playing all these? You need to be playing these people just 3 months before. Like you play people that have issues with the whole world. What if Osimhen step for bump? I'm just joking. I do. Safety, love, prosperity to all our Super Eagles players. We don't wish any bad on anybody. So they will play this friendly. If it ends up going through, I hope that everybody that plays it is safe. But I just don't see how taking this risk, the kind of risk that happen in football, injuries happen. What if an important player gets injured with actual important matches coming up 3 months from then? So it doesn't. If you get injured and you know, okay, it was because you were preparing for the AFCON or for the World Cup qualifiers or the AFCON, still makes a bit more sense. You play that friendly in June, then July, August, September, 3 months later. So like if you get injured playing, say, like Tosin said, a team that is more similar to one of the teams that are playing in the AFCON, in the World Cup qualifier, you know, okay, we're trying to prepare, we're trying to keep the boys active, so it makes a bit more sense. But if anybody gets injured in this game, it feels like a lot of resources have been wasted. But again, I understand you want to keep the boys active. That's the point of the Unity Cup. And if you can even win the Unity Cup, maybe who knows, that can also be some sort of morale boost. So everything has advantage and disadvantage. And at least the Unity Cup is not being played in a war zone. So that one gives us a bit more confidence. So as a Nigerian, I look forward to every time I can get to watch the Super Eagles. So I'm not mad at it.
All right. So Tosin, what are your expectations for the Unity Cup?
The Unity Cup is another way for football administrators to concentrate on the intangibles around the team rather than the performance. It's an opportunity to gather Nigerians in the diaspora to sing Kumbaya and compare jollof, Nigerian jollof and Ghanaian jollof, compare Nigerian jollof and rice and peas from Jamaica. It's that kind of nonsense, that kind of rubbish thinking, and it's just sad. It's just sad we have a lot of brain dead people that found themselves one way or another to the top of the hierarchy of football administration in Nigeria. But it is what it is. Because when we should have intellectual people who are strategizing about how every channel of football in Nigeria can actually have a breakthrough. We are thinking about, well, let's organize a concert around the unit. What does that have to do with the Super Eagles? What does that have to do with the national team? We have an estimated amount of over 250 million Nigerians here. We are concerned about people in the diaspora that pay attention to you sporadically. Most of them actually don't, some of them don't want to be Nigerians. It's just by chance. That's why they left.
Even us that are here.
That is why they left. Fighting every day to make sure that they secure their European cards. But it is what it is. You have people who, it's an opportunity for greed. So let's it's honestly it's the same thing with the Russia. What's the difference? Political undertones. They just, people are just like thinking, forget their brain at home, go and think, what can we do? How about we play Russia?
That implies that this was our idea, and I strongly doubt it. I don't think it's the NFF that were like, let us play Russia.
No, if they come, they approach you, you approach them. It's the same thing. It's just lack of intellect. No, what's the difference? Yeah. Would you like to play us? Why can't other countries play you? Why can't we just watch from afar while other countries play? That's the logical answer.
The answer was probably how much.
but the Nigerian fat stomach guy that literally probably was as incorporated into the political greed system in Nigeria.
I didn't know this how you felt about me.
Like, what is my cut? Well, now what is the player's cut? Oh? What is my own cut?
Disclaimer, we were not there when all of this was happening. So this is all an hypothesis that Tosin is putting forward. He doesn't know for a fact.
The rationale behind this decision does not make any sense apart from financial greed, Baba. Does not make any sense apart from financial greed and the political undertones.
No problem. I'm just trying to keep us out of prison.
Keep you out of... did I mention anybody's name?
I don't know if you can tell, but like, I'm not built for prison. They don't really build prisons with space.
I said we need to fight for the soul of football in Nigeria. But the whole thing about it is that, like, in the coming months, in the coming years, we will get to a breaking point in Nigerian football where we will need to decide about where football is going in this Nigeria. Are we going to... Because I'm telling you, football can easily turn to badminton. Have you heard about a badminton Nigerian player before? Yeah. If we continue in this direction, in the next 50 years, Nigeria used to be a very high-known footballing country. They just disappeared off the map. That place is just black. That's what you hear. If we continue in that direction whereby the channel of grassroots football, I keep hammering on it, grassroots football development is dead. Progression to the national team is dead. The only thing that we have now is what leftovers can we get from our colonial masters. That's the only thing in the brains of the people that are football administrators. Who, where, and who do we need to go and convince that, yes, you do not have a career with the English national team, but we can give you a red carpet treatment in Nigeria. That's the next step for Nigeria now. So it is what it is. Good luck to all of you.
Well, Tunde and Tosin have agreed on one thing for the first time in, a very long time, that this matchup between Nigeria and Russia has some political undertones to go along with the football. But let's just hope that our stars stay safe and this match goes without a hitch. What about you guys? What do you think? And what are your predictions for this match? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I am Anishilewo, Jimmy Anishilewo, and this is Crossfire, brought to you by LifeScore Bet.